So, Blizzard's new motto, you're not allowed to have fun. And if you think you're going to say something we might deem toxic, well, consider your account banned. Well, this is a great way to start off the new year. Let's start off by putting down over 1,800 accounts for Overwatch, because that's exactly what Blizzard has done. Apparently, the Overwatch developers posted a sprawling list of bans, suspensions, and punishment on the players' game forums for 1,188 accounts who they found guilty of numerous reasons related to toxicity. Throwing games, going AFK, bad language, harassment, and they all have differing punishments, of course. A public list of banned players isn't something traditional to other regions of the Overwatch players, but a common act in South Korea. And by the way, these were all South Korean accounts. But yeah, you just banned over 1,800 people, and I'm just like, damn, you don't want anybody playing the game, do you? But anyway, when it comes to it, labeling all these things as toxicity, I find to be a little bit ridiculous. Look, I understand playing a competitive game like, for instance, League of Legends. It really hates when you're suddenly down one person because they've gone AFK. And they have ways of dealing with that. When you leave a match and do other things, generally you'd get penalized. WoW's the same way, as well as other games I've played, where if you're in something that requires a group and you just cut out mid-group, it will penalize you 15, 30 minutes. You can't go and join the system again if, you just drop out because you don't like the dungeon that was chosen or the battleground that was chosen and stuff like that. And I think that's a fair way to go about it. You punish that individual that way, but you don't strip them of their account for, say, going AFK. And as for things like bad language and harassment, I swear, it's as if people don't seem to understand there are tools available to them to actually do something about it without having to ban people outright because you don't like the words that have come out of their mouth, or they have, quote, harassed you. Because if you know anything when it comes to the internet, there are trolls. Trolls exist. Trolls will do whatever they can to get under your skin, even if that means saying some of the most offensive things out there. If they find out that you're this, or you're that, or whatever, they will use the worst case scenario, essentially, that they can think of that comes into their head, especially when they're 12, which, a lot of these games are rife with younger teenagers who are trying to be edgelords. That's not anything different. That's a fact that any real gamer knows about who plays these games, is the large majority of the people playing them are underage for the game, for the most part. Unless it's something rated teen, of course. I'm talking more Call of Duty-esque type games where it's a mature rated game. Meanwhile, a huge section of the player base are 12, 13, 14-year-olds. Of course, me being one of them back in the day when I was playing. But yeah, it's not like it's some secret or anything. And if you want to sit there and try and police that sort of thing, that is where you go ahead and put the onus back onto the parent who allows their child to have such a game that is not rated for their age limit because it's 17 plus. Meanwhile, they've gone out and bought it from whatever local GameStop that they got. Game Store, probably a GameStop because there are a dime a dozen everywhere. And bought it for them for their birthday, their Christmas, whatever. That's something you need to put on to the parents. But the fact these companies feel like they need to police players' language is really concerning. It's not the company's place to police these languages. They've put the tools in place already to essentially give us, the player, the ability to police these things in a way. Like, for instance, Mute. That's right. There is this thing called a mute button. It happens everywhere between Facebook, Twitter, Xbox Online, PlayStation Online, on your PC, whatever it is you're playing, there's this nice button somewhere in a setting someplace called mute, where you can mute somebody. And that is something that I regularly have done over the years, especially back when I was playing a lot of, say, Halo. I had no problem with opening up the team listing right as the match starts, as it's about to load up, and go mute, 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 or mute all if that was an option in something, because some games did give that option, some didn't. You had to individually mute things. I couldn't hear a word that's going on. I mean, heck, even with Fortnite, the first thing I did, because my oldest is, of course, playing said game now on my PlayStation, was to go into the settings and say, mute all audio from his teammates, due to the fact that he's kind of on the young side, and I'd rather him not have to listen to that sort of thing and then coming asking me all these questions about why this guy told him to do this. And I did the same thing on WoW. I removed all his chat boxes and muted everything in the game, so the only people he can legitimately talk to is who's in the room with him, which is usually me or Koniko. And that I did purposely for various reasons. But that is an option for everybody. You can also do things like block, especially on social medias like the Twitters and stuff like that, when people want to rage about how, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said the R word on the Twitters. It's called mute and block. People do this regularly, especially the people who complain about this kind of thing. You go to them like, it was a huge meme, Steve Shives or whatever his name was? I can't even remember him, he hasn't crossed my mind in eons. But it's like, have you been blocked by Steve Shives? Because I have. Never talked to him, never had any interaction with the guy, but I bet you're blocked for various reasons. And, these people who complain about stuff like this regularly use those options out there and then run off and complain about it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this guy said this, he's so harassing me, and all this other stuff. It's like, did you not try and block him? Well, we need you to do something about this. Okay. So then they wind up resorting to banning, which is another troubling thing. The Blizzard wants everybody to link their Twitch to their Blizzard account just so they can, have a record of who's doing what when you're in their competitive Twitch streams and whatnot. And that's another concerning thing, because if you think this over 1,800 banned players June 2nd or January 2nd of this year was bad, wait until Twitch chat is involved. Because the second you say one thing that somebody takes huge offense to, it can be anything as minor of, why is this guy playing? He is horrible, he sucks, from, to something more legitimate like yelling the N-word continuously in chat, which I'm sure they have moderators who can actually ban or time out people in said chat. If they really, really wanted to, they just choose not to. They just rather retroactively completely ban your entire account. But anyway, the second you say something, you may not even think it's anywhere close to offensive. It could have been just a straight up joke to you and your buddies who happen to be in that Twitch channel chat. But because your ID is linked, Blizzard later can go, we don't like what this guy said, or this girl said, or whoever it is, because all they've got really is a gamer tag. Well, with the exception of having your account and all that other stuff, if they really want to look that far into the account management. But, and they're like, alright, we're going to ban this guy from all Overwatch. I mean, heck, it doesn't matter. It may come to a point that you don't own Overwatch, but you watch it. You get banned from Overwatch as a result for something you said in there, and you go to purchase said game, get into it, and then go, oh, by the way, you were banned 6 months ago for X offense during a Twitch stream. I would not be surprised at all if that was something that actually happened. Anyway, but that is the scary road that we are going down. The fact that companies feel the need to police our language now. Police what we can say and dare what we think. If they could get that far into it, they would love to police that too, just so they can appear whatever family-friendly, fun, SJ, NPC, whatever that they want to make the the Twitter mobs and stuff calm down, because that's the one thing these companies can't seem to handle is the Twitter mob from the people who don't actually play or buy their stuff, but they're so quick to take a knee to and cower to as if they're the majority of these players. Meanwhile, in reality, gamers just want to play their games. Yes, there's going to be trash talk. And even those who are female gamers, girl gamers, whatever you want to call them, even they know how to trash talk you back. And they will do it. And they do it really well when they want to. I mean, it's not that hard. It's part of gaming culture. Games are competitive. If you can't handle the trash talk, you need to mute everything and not engage in it. You need to block certain people, not engage with them. But other than that, if you want to engage in them, you can't be running around, I can't believe this person said mean things to me, blah blah blah. Yes, they're going to say mean things to you because they want to get under your skin. That's the whole point to trash talking. It's to get under your skin so you perform badly. Why would you perform badly? Because you're too stressed out. This guy or this chick called you this or that, or said, oh, what's it like to get beat by a girl gamer? Something like that, and then throws you into a frenzy going, I'll show you, freaking girl gamer, I'm gonna beat you and then tell you exactly what to do. Yeah. That's my redneck impression. Anyway. But, and then it causes said player to play very badly. They make poor decisions, they make poor everything, and then they just keep getting the floor wiped with them because they keep getting more and more frustrated as the match goes on. I've been there. I've done that. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me in the past. That's the whole point to trash talking. If you can't, take it, then for one, you shouldn't be starting to dish it. And that's the problem also with a lot of people, is they like to dish said talk, but then they can't take it back, and then they complain and try and get somebody banned or ruin their life for it. Anyway, what do you think about all this down in the comments below? Let me know your opinion, and, I don't know, start a dialogue or something. Are you okay with the fact that Blizzard, Blitch and anyway, Active Blizzard wants your account information attached to your your Twitch, too many words, all turning into one thing. Are you okay with Blizzard wanting your Twitch account and Battle.net account linked together? And what do you think that would actually do in the long run? Do you think they're actually looking for something that maybe you've said or done on Twitch to come at you on the Blizzard side of things, or what? Let me know down in the comments below. Till then, I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.